Finally got these delivered. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah if you're new here, and I'm an artist in the New York City area. I quit my software engineering job back in April, and now I've officially passed the 6-month mark of being self-employed. So I think this video serves as a 6-month update in a way. But today's video is about my progress as a small business owner because I feel like that is long overdue. I think the biggest reality check for me in this time is that self-employment can be honestly pretty scary because it's entirely up to you how you want to allocate your time. So you decide every subsequent career and financial outcome along the journey. Lately, I've noticed that I have a really bad habit of overcommitting my time, whether it means over-exaggerating how much I can get done in a day or how many parallel work streams I can juggle at once. But for the first time in my life, I've wanted to start scaling back the amount that I do rather than continue adding stuff to my plate. And for some context, if you're new here, right now I have 4 work streams going in my life. So my art projects and commissions, my podcast, Soju with Sarah, my small business, and my social media where I get to connect with you guys. However, something I didn't expect to work on so much this month was helping James launch his brand. We've been so supportive of each other in our own self-employment journeys, and this is the first time I've actually done a lot more to support him beyond the photo shoots and thought sessions that we usually have in the mornings. He actually sold out his first small pre-made batch that he ordered, so there was a lot to package, and for many reasons, including this one, I did delay my brand launch, but it's been still so rewarding learning through this journey. On my own small business, I've been working on launching these tabby incense holders that went viral over the summer, and ever since then I've been banging my head trying to perfect every single detail of the shoe. Originally, I wanted to create a whole shoe collection. Some of you might know that, but in the process of perfecting these ones, I realized it was pretty impractical to be timely and meticulous about making a ton of mini shoes perfect. The last couple of months, I've been through so many iterations of these shoes that I found it to be an endless process of revisions and small, tiny adjustments. And I've changed the size and shape of the shoe so many times just to accommodate different incense sizes or different logos. At some point, I swapped out the clay because I realized the grog in it caused the glaze to fire unevenly, and also a ton of other behind-the-scenes stuff. But needless to say, my respect for small business owners has gotten greater and greater ever since I started this journey. Hello, welcome to the office space. I feel like it looks different than the last video. This office space is changing every single week depending on our needs, but welcome to a packing day. This is what we've set up. We have one of our standing desks right there and then a whole packing setup there. And then James has his inventory. He's halfway through packing. There's a lot of stuff to go and all the packages to mail out. Today is actually really exciting because I am packing my first order. This is not it, but I'm packing my first order because if some of you guys follow me on Instagram, you might know that I did a little birthday drop a couple of weeks ago. So if anyone had a birthday that was coming up for a friend or a partner and their birthday would come before when I do drop this month, I was offering a little pre-order so that they could get it to their friend a little bit earlier. Honestly, I was a little bit stressed this month trying to make this birthday pre-order, but I do have one pre-order that I'm sending out today, and this is gonna be my first packaged piece ever, so I'm really excited. This came out of the kiln last week and I've just been safeguarding it, but here's the bottom, here's the front with the little tabby slot, and I'm really excited to ship this out. Also, something really exciting came in. There's a lot of boxes. I'm gonna need to blur everything with a shipping label on it, but my packing boxes finally came in, and if you guys know, I designed this myself on Photoshop, and here they are. Ta-da! Okay, sorry, the designs are here. Ta-da! But I finally got these delivered. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed in the printing quality. Not that I had the highest expectations, but some of my text is not showing properly on this. So I wasn't the most happy with this, but I think it serves the purpose of my first drop. And I also really like how the design turned out. I did this one the other day, but I just ended up using it as a little slip holder. And Oh, I forgot to show you guys this too. I created a little receipt for the tabbies for anyone who ordered. So I'm gonna be throwing one of these in as well. This one took a surprisingly long time for me to make. I tried to add as much detail as possible. I also said packaged by Moose because he's our little workhorse that does everything in this home. Anyways, one of the things that I wasn't expecting was just how much time it takes to figure out all the packaging. I ordered this as well so that we could make sure that the tabbies don't break, but I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. I will say with handmade ceramics, it's hard to get everything perfect. So if you look really closely, there's probably some small, you know, pinholes and things like that. But overall, I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. My biggest question and challenge right now is trying to scale it. But before that happens, let's just package our first order and try to get this out. I'm trying to make the delivery today before it gets dark outside and before USPS closes, but we'll see. Hi guys, just a quick intermission. So for anyone who's like me, who's been juggling multiple work streams, working on a business, or just wants to improve their productivity, I wanted to introduce y'all to Monday.com as a platform for task and workflow management. I've been testing out the Monday Sidekick for a while now, and I'm genuinely impressed by how it's been helping me. The Monday Sidekick is an AI digital worker that not just suggests, but also does the work for you. Anything from planning and writing emails to summarizing tasks to managing workflows. There's basically no learning curve, and you can pick it up very easily since it's a personalized and intuitive chat interface. I literally sometimes will go in and ask it to do broad tasks like giving me an overview of my project timelines, or specific tasks like writing a whole document. One of the coolest parts and objectively most helpful features for long-term projects is it will anticipate things for you and is proactive about how it helps. So if you're busy or looking to save time or energy on your workflows, I'll leave a link down below in my description for anyone who wants to try it out through early access. And thank you to Monday.com for sponsoring this portion of the video. Also, I realized I forgot to give you guys a little package tour. I don't know if that's interesting, but this is the design from last week or last week's episode. And I showed you how I did it on Vistaprint, but I created all these graphics on Photoshop and then I imported it into Vistaprint, and then I actually ordered a lot. I ordered 150 boxes, which I definitely won't be going through in my first drop alone, but I was just assuming that I would do more, and so having that on hand would be very helpful. But yeah, let me give you a package tour. So this is the front, and it has our little logo design right here that says When June. But in the front, I drew a little open knee with a tabby just for something special and to kind of like guide you through the experience. Since this is supposed to be a shoebox, I put this little shoebox design in the back with a QR code leading to our website, size M for mini, and then the tabby shoe collection. And then you can't see it because the ink's kind of blurry, but it says made in Sarah's studio right there. I wanted it to be somewhat symbolic, so out here's my first set of ceramics ever, and then this is a photo of my recent ceramics, so something that I've made in the studio very recently. I want to make sure that this doesn't break in transit, so I'm going to be wrapping this up a lot. To be honest, in my head, I thought the best experience would be if you could open this and immediately see the tabby, but I think I just want to make sure that they don't break, you know, so we're gonna wrap this up. So just some backstory, I haven't officially launched the website yet, but this is my first birthday pre-order, but I'm hoping to officially launch sometime this month. I know every single month I've been telling people that I'm gonna launch and that it's gonna happen, but I'm very close to it now, and I promise that it will be coming this month, especially since everything is in order. Like I have all the equipment that I need, like this wrapping paper. Isn't that so cool? I think a lot of small businesses use this for anything that's like fragile, but okay, so she fits like that, and I want to, oh my God, Siri, please. She fits in like that. I'm gonna need to add padding around, and I also got some paper. I also got this. It says guillotine on the packaging, which is really scary, but this is like a slicer, paper slicer. If you do art, you definitely know what this is, but it's just like slice, just so I could slice this up in the right size. Packing your first order is so surreal. Also random, but the overhead costs of starting a small business are so high, especially if it's like a product business. And then there's so many internal worries that you have about like shipment and everything, but This is the package. And got our little receipt. I'm gonna leave it here. Since this is a birthday gift, I have a little birthday note / birthday card. I'm leaving the birthday card right behind our little receipt and then adding it into our package like that. And then closing that up. And then it's a little bit full and tight because I don't want it to move around when it's being delivered. Okay, and then this is the outer box. I already kind of set it up, but I've purchased a lot of crinkle papers so that we could put this box inside here and then ship it out. So in case this one is like flung around, we have more padding on the inside. Got our first package, first order, and we're gonna go ship it out today. I look a mess. Hi, I have a package to ship out. I know I mentioned this episode is about my small business journey, but I couldn't go without mentioning a little art project that I worked on very recently that I'm really proud of. And some of y'all might have already seen this on my Instagram, but I decided to make James a giant pant mug as a congratulations gift for his launch. I rushed to finish this because I got so busy with my own stuff this month that I forgot to start it earlier. But the full series is on my Instagram and a lot of people got really invested in it. So I'm really proud of how it came out and the fact that it didn't explode in the kiln. But here are some clips of me trying to finish it in the studio very late at night. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. I've been wanting to continue these vlog diaries, so I believe this is episode 3 of the Engineer to Artist series, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.